Hello, the world out there. Let's try to do this again. I got it right this time. I should know after hundreds of hours dealing with technology. But hey, I screw up just like anybody else. I didn't have the volume and this and that. So, I'm doing this spontaneously. Before I forget, very strange, but show you something. My feet. See if I can get it to. Seems to be like swollen. The left side. I'm like, what's wrong with me? More and more problems. See, I can't. I don't know. It's swollen. It's weird. So I don't know. I feel like I'm falling apart or something. Anyways, between that and screwing up by falling in the shower this week like an idiot, and then finding out I have osteoarthritis in the knee after they did the x-ray. I feel like my whole life is just falling in on me, and I have to get it together, and I have to prepare for whatever the next phase of life is going to be. And I'm willing to answer any questions. I mean, I haven't been perfect. I'm not a perfect person, and I went through a lot of things, and I'm in trouble right now, and I don't want to be homeless, and I want to survive, and I want to do work for people, and what do I know how to do? What do I have access to that I know how to do? That's the first question. Knowing how to do something doesn't really matter, because there are things I won't do right now, like go to some location and paint at a house, because my body's not capable of doing manual labor, and because of COVID and crazy people doing crazy things to people. So what do I know how to do that I have access to? I can do customer service. I love customers. I can do Photoshop, photo editing. I can do logos. I can work on those things. I know how to use layers. If I have a question on how to do something, I know how to research how to do something. Because of many years online and in technology and education and I understand technology in a connectivity type of level. I understand how this talks to that, database to server, one server to another server, WooCommerce to Facebook. I mean, I understand how things flow. So if something doesn't work, I break it down into sections of simplicity, how it connects from here to here to here, to help figure out what's wrong with it. Why? Because that's how electricity flows. The earth will not change. Electricity will always go from point A to point B. And in technology, you have a million little tiny electrical pulses that go to point A to point B. And it really ends up being that simple. People think I'm crazy that way, but it's true. And then all the added things that people do to manipulate things from here to there, well, that's combination, added up in the middle of somebody's mind saying, well, let's do it this way, or let's put this there, or whatever, you know. But still, the simplicity of A to B is always going to be the same, no matter how you manipulate anything in technology. So, I mean, I understand that, and so I'm not afraid to be troubleshooting problems. I love troubleshooting problems, and it's okay if I don't get the answer exactly right or exactly the way somebody else has the answer, because people have different ideas and do things differently. Anyways, so I posted on GoFundMe originally because the Republicans that run this state decided that Amazon was allowed to throw me out after I packed, thousands of packages. Amazon, my new manager was allowed to say, oh, well, you don't know what you're doing, and manipulate something, and decide that security cameras and my work and what I do, that evidence is not allowed, and whatever they say, communism, hello, that's how it is, and that's it. I don't exist. So I can't get unemployment. I've applied for many jobs. I can't type the right thing on the screen for whoever reads it to be good enough. So I keep getting rejection letters, and I never get to talk to a person. Or the once in a while when I do talk to a person, like the one time I talked to somebody in an interview, they had an interview of several people. So then you have to answer these questions with these other people also on the interview. Like, why can't we have a private interview? I don't know these people yet. I may not be employed or by you, or they may not be employed by you. We're not co-workers yet. So, anyways, there was no privacy there, and so the question that the last one had asked when I was allowed to have an interview like that was, what was exactly the last most difficult excuse me, the most difficult customer service problem, and how did you handle it? And I'm thinking, I don't know, 10 years ago, when I'm not afraid of any problem, so I'm like, and I'm supposed to remember exactly verbatim, what the problem was and what solution I came up with. How do you come up with this stuff? And then all the customer service questions, the questionnaires you have to go through, they ask like a million questions, and they never used to do that. So now, they ask all kinds of questions saying, you're supposed to answer most agree, or partly agree, or neutral, or don't agree, or whatever. With a million different, if somebody, I don't know what they said, did you wrong, you get really angry, Come on now, what does it have to do with this? Because, see, I don't believe in being angry with the customer. I don't believe in myself. My personal feelings do not exist when it comes to customers. The customer, I'm going to protect myself and not be attacked, of course, but I believe in the customer always has a say in whatever's going on for them on their side of the fence. I don't decide how they feel about me, because I'm not existing there. I'm just a liaison between the two. I'm the one answering the phone. I'm not or chat or whatever. I see so many customer service things where the customer's like, help, and they're typing this thing and they don't have any way of actually talking to anybody. And then the other person, somebody or a robot or something says, well, you have to go to this and you have to do that. And I'm like, why don't you relate to what the customer actually said? So I'm reading this on the screen. I'm like, where is customer service anymore? So I guess I'm the odd person out and they don't like me. So I keep getting rejected. And the reason I chose customer service is because I don't have referrals and I don't have, because I never asked for a referral, and I don't have, I don't have good credit, and oh well, we're gonna run a credit report on you. Like if I want to do any, tech support now, they have a million different things listed there, and I'm not gonna qualify for whatever way they describe everything and how you're supposed, by the time you do the job, it has nothing to do with whatever's written there. It's not hard. And most of the time, when you do tech support work, anyways, they have it scripted where they don't want you to say this and they don't want you to say that. They want you to do it this way and that. So really, whatever you answer or whatever you've studied or whatever, it doesn't really matter because they're going to tell you how they really want things. And you're only going to answer like 10 things out of, customers are going to have mainly a small list of problems most of the time. And you're going to find that problem on a list, and then you're going to report it in the ticket a certain way, and that's it. Usually things flow that way in a ticket system. They don't want you spending forever typing it out and trying to figure out, gee, what problem did the customer say? No, they want people to do problems quickly in a system. So why they want you to say, well, you got to have a bachelor's degree and you got to have 10 certifications and you got to do this and you got to have good credit. They just, I don't know, they just write all this stuff up and so anyways, I created, I have access to Photoshop and Creative Cloud at the moment until the end of October. That's a mess by itself. My checking account's minus 82 because there was a problem with all of that in Adobe and I couldn't cancel it in time and all that, and so I'm a little upset this week because I found out I have osteoarthritis, and I live on a side of town where there's nothing over here, nowhere to go, and I can't even leave this apartment and do anything. I mean, I can walk across the street, I guess, go for a walk outside. That's about it. It's not the safe area and at all. So I want to get out of here now that I'm not at that location working anymore. I don't have a reason to be here. I want to get back over to an area that I feel safe and that I know and can walk around and get my exercise now that I need to get more of it with this condition. I have a disease. I have to accept I have a disease, and it's tough. I'm studying it, and it's genetic. Well, my family never gave me any health information about anybody, so I have to accept whatever happens on my own, just like everything else, my whole adult life. Now, my mother died when I was young, so she doesn't count. I would have been with her if she would have lived, but everybody else, never told me anything or didn't answer any of my questions when I asked medical questions so that I would know medical history and stuff. People just, they never tell me anything. So I don't know who might have had this type of genetic problem, so I haven't. And I'm scared. Anyways, I want to know if I could ask for any. Um, I know I wrote a GoFundMe to ask for money, but in reality, I really want to be able to do work for somebody. I can do affiliate marketing ads. I can do Photoshop. I can work with video editing. I can work with website layouts and design, stuff like that. I can do working with servers where you upload stuff and things have to be interconnected in order to work and display on the website the correct way and stuff like that. I understand how the server, how things have to be in what directories and how files talk to each other and are connected, not talk, but connected to each other in order to display correctly and stuff like that. I know how to understand code as far as manipulating it, reading it, working with it, all that kind of stuff. I can do any of that, and I don't know how to say that anywhere because it's so diverse. And when I'm not accepted for a job, I do more and more studying and learning more and expanding upon what I went to college for and stuff. And then I don't know in where I fit in what job description in order to write whatever's on the screen. Do you have recent paid experience? Well, no. Do you have a piece of paper? No. But I have a lot of talents and skills and determination and time and internet access, and I only have that for a very short time. I got fired in April, and so May was not paid, and June, July, and this is August 14th now. And the electric's really late, and this building that I live in is going to be sold because instead of evicting people, they are selling the building, and I'm going to have to go look at the recorder and the auditor's pages to find out when it's sold. I know how to do real estate research also. I really want to connect with work and get paid and do a good job for somebody and network with people that will provide work and referrals. But I have this GoFundMe page. I don't know what else to do. I don't expect anything out of it. Other campaigns are a lot more important, and so I'm just one person. I don't think anybody's gonna give me anything. I'm responsible, for whatever happens. So anyways, I'm just gonna do this one video, I guess, and I don't know what else to say. And I also can do videos or audio, audios. I know how to do that. If you want an audio file done, I can edit audio files as well. there's just all that kind of stuff where I have access to it myself is something that I can either learn to do, know how to do, have worked with. But if it's, you know, Microsoft Server or something, well, if it's, you know, Cisco or I like Cisco and I installed it before, but I don't have access to Cisco. So, it's not something to work with a lot. But Adobe, you know, products I have access to. Not Apple because they're too expensive. So I don't have Apple, and I don't have an iPhone, and I don't have anything. You know, I would like to have an iMac or whatever, and but I don't have one. So I don't have anything that has to do with Mac or Apple and all that. I worked on them a long time ago, but not now, recently. And I don't fix phones or screensavers, but I can. I know how they communicate, interconnect, download, upload, and you know I know how to read settings and configurations and teach people how to find stuff on their phone, even if it's an iPhone. And the reason I know all of that is because no one's going to reinvent the wheel. The people who create what they want those phones to do, the flow charts on those phones, they're not going to They're not going to create something new. They're just going to say, "Oh yeah, make it do that." Okay, edit file, you know, whatever. They're not going to create something totally different that nobody knows anything about because they want a million customers to have that phone. So it's not hard to help people with their phones and stuff, or tablets, or it's all the same. Um, so, anyways, all right. So I'll get off of this, and that's what I have to say. All right. So I hope it's not too large to upload. I have to upload it to YouTube. I have to make it public, and then I have to connect that with GoFundMe, and then from GoFundMe share it on Facebook, and I'll take the link of GoFundMe and share it on Twitter. That's really all I have is Facebook and Twitter. So and YouTube, I have TikTok and Instagram, but I haven't really used it. Whew. I got a tickle in my throat. I need some water. So, anyways, I'll turn this off and go from there and get this uploaded. And thank you. And if you can help connect me with any work, please contact me. And I really would appreciate it. I don't want to ask for money. I would rather work and do something for somebody and interconnect and network. But I have to. This is the way I have to do it, I guess. So, and I've talked to many, many people over the years, and apparently I can't say things the right way in order to get them to know that I can do the work. Or the competition. Well, I get my so-and-so do it, or so-and-so do it, or I've known so-and-so for 10 years, and I can't compete with whoever, I guess. So, if you give me a chance, I'd really appreciate it, and I'd do a good job, but I don't have much time left. I don't know on any given day what's going to happen next. The lights could go out at any time, so I don't know. So thank you, and I hope to hear from you. Be safe out there, please. And please get vaccinated. I really want to get out of this apartment. I don't want to be here forever, or in a box forever, or wearing a mask forever. Please, please get vaccinated. And please be safe. Don't die of COVID when you don't have to. Don't give it to little kids, and please let's work together, okay? And be good to each other. All right. Thank you. Let me turn this off.